Justin Marshall will join us shortly. There's a very warm welcome to the program to a young man who I think we all absolutely love and admire, especially in an All Black jersey. Samisoni Taukei'aho joins us. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, man. And so, obviously, you've just finished training. We knew that it ran a little late. Is this the final hit out before Friday night?
Yeah, so it's our final big training before sharpening up with our captain's round tomorrow and into the first round of Super Rugby 2024. So very exciting, and boys are ready to go.
Yeah, so those are the two questions I had. How excited are you? You're ready to go?
Yeah, obviously had a break after the World Cup and joined back with very hungry and ready to rock and roll squad that's been training really hard over the preseason, and it's good to head over to Japan and get 2 games there and back, and head out with the Blues last week. A lot of learnings and a lot of things that we've fixed up at training, and excitement's really up there. Play at home in front of our people and our family, so boys are really excited, and I can't wait to get to Friday night and play the FMG. So yeah.
Samisoni, are you going to be? Do you think your team is going to be better than last year?
Yeah, obviously, every year we try to get better than the year before, and last year we had a really awesome run. Obviously, we've make it to the final and just didn't make the last hurdle, and we learned a lot from that, winning big moments in big games, and we are looking forward to testing ourselves this year and trying to push our case to get to where we were last year, but took that last hurdle and hopefully win a championship. So, but that's the goal, to get better than what we did last year. So yeah.
Well, during the round robin, 13-1, you couldn't have got much better, but during the finals, probably didn't play your best rugby. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think everyone can say that we had a really good run during the season. Like you said, 13-1 is not easy feat for any team in this competition. It's a very tough competition with obviously the New Zealand teams and the Australian teams, the Moana and the Trua. Very tough competition. So last year we had a good run, but like you said, towards the business end, as we call it, probably didn't play our best footy, and obviously come second best, and yeah, looking to improve in that area come this year. So yeah.
Bloody how tough year for all of you blokes who played for the Chiefs, wasn't it? Because then, of course, we go to the World Cup and we were there in Paris watching, and a heartbreaking final as well. So, I mean, yeah, bloody hell. You got
it's obviously it's not easy to lose 2 finals in a year, but got married at the end of last year. So
congratulations,
me,
mate.
I guess. And, yeah. So I win to finish a year like that. So.
Go on.
Yeah.
What do you want to personally achieve this year? Because for most of us All Black fans, when you burst onto the scene in 2021, you've got all the attributes. I mean, you're a powerful runner, you're strong, you're fast, all of that, that. And we kind of just, I think most of us thought that it was just natural that you would take over as the number 1, number 2 in the country. Hasn't quite happened for you yet. What do you have to do differently this year?
I think it's just obviously taking my learning from last year, and just developing my game around what I need to be better at, from feedback from coaches, but also studying my competition. Cody had an outstanding year last year, and hats off to him. He played magnificently well and fully deserved to be wearing the number 2 last year in the All Blacks level. And my challenge this year is to look at what I can improve and give him a run for his money in that area, and hopefully I can do that through my performances in Super Rugby. And obviously it's always first things first, play well for your franchise, and hopefully get picked to the All Blacks and go from there. But for me, I don't like to look too far ahead. This week, Crusaders at home, FMG, can't get any bigger than that. So my whole focus is facing the Crusaders on Friday, and after that next week comes. But yeah, Friday is where I look forward to, and I take it day by day, just starting with a captain tomorrow and then play on Friday.
Are you allowed to tell us that you're in the team? I know it gets announced at 4 o'clock. No state secret though, is that you're in?
Yeah, obviously coming off the bench. Bradley is starting, and then looking to inject from the bench and get some energy for the first game. Obviously, haven't played since World Cup and had 40 minutes last week, and Bradley been going really well and throughout the whole pre-season. So,
I know his family well from Taranaki. Yeah, that's his dad's Gordon, I think, isn't it? Who was a tight head prop for the All Blacks as well. Really big, famous family.
Yeah. So it's going really well. So we'll get our first crack at the Crusaders, and hopefully I can come in and put my mark on that as well. So looking forward to that.
All the very best, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll follow your progress closely this year. Got a big year ahead of you. Stay injury free.
No worries. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice to talk to you, mate. Samisoni Taukei'aho is with us from the Chiefs there. Well done, Locke. Got that organised in the end.
Devlin.
Yeah, the next role.
The platform.
Super Rugby Highlanders, Clarke Dermody. All right, mate. Here we go. She's on this weekend. Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah. We've had pretty good pre-season, mate. We've been working hard to get our game right.
Well, I don't know how much media you read or how much press you follow, but a lot of the pundits picking that this Highlanders side is going to be the big improvers this year. Have you seen any of that? Do you take notice of any of that?
Not really. I think we definitely have to improve from where we were last year. But we weren't happy with, we've already talked about it, mate. Not happy with how we finished. We thought we were better than what we showed, so there was definitely room for improvement, so it's nice that other people think that as well.
One place out of the playoff spots, and I know people will say, hey, look, 8 teams make the 12. You don't decide the rules, but you won 5 games, lost 9. So do you go into the season with a target set of how many wins you want? Or, I know that you probably say, hey, look, it's a cliche, I understand that. Or is it just really game by game?
Oh, it is game by game. If the stats would show you that if you want a home playoff, you sort of got to win 10 games. If you want to guarantee you're in, you're around sort of 6 or 7 wins. But we don't really target a number. To be fair, it's more around this first game for us is making sure we get this week right, and then we start looking at the next one. I'm sitting here now watching the Blues play the Chiefs, so already start to shift.
Okay, what are you watching that on? Oh, well, it's obviously one of the pre-season games.
Just a pre-season game, yeah. So it's the one up north.
How much time do you spend doing that? Watching the other teams?
Plenty, yeah. So more in your downtime. Like the start of the week's pretty busy around getting the team ready, but sort of midweek when players get a day off, you spend a bit of time watching the opposition coming up to make sure the plans are in place to be able to get into the weekend and not have to worry about it too much.
MP's a tricky fixture, isn't it? Because on paper, I guess a lot of people think, hey, look, this is one of the teams that most New Zealand teams should beat. But, they got a brand new coach. They got a hell of a lot to prove themselves. So it's I don't know whether it's the best way to start or not.
No, well, I guess we've got the benefit of we played them in the first pre-season game and they tailed us up in the first 15 minutes. It was 21-0. So, we're definitely not easing our way into the game. It's going to be physical and fast from what we found in the first pre-season game. And I guess that'll be ramped up, by the occasion of round 1 as well.
Clarke, how much you read from those pre-season games? What do you as a coach actually want from them?
As far as our stuff, it's seeing what we put in place in the training period before Christmas and after Christmas. We have tried to change our game a little bit, and I guess it's just looking for those moments when you can see that the players are starting to understand and be able to execute what we're trying to put in place.
Is the way that you play style-wise this year, is that going to change at all? And if so, how?
I guess it'll change a little bit. A lot of it depends on opposition around tactics, but the big area we focused on this year in the pre-season was around our contact. So both sides of the ball, so tackle and breakdown, and then carry and breakdown, which was an area where we weren't quite there last year. So therein lies hopefully it's slowing their ball down and speeding our ball up. So if we can get fast ball, then that gives our new players that we've got this year and the outside backs an opportunity to show us what they can do.
Clarke Dermody, Highlanders coach, with us, and that's a Saturday night game in Dunners against MP to open Super Rugby Pacific 2024. When you say new players, immediately I just thought, remember that game in Invercargill where you had guys on the field, guys on the bench that hadn't actually played any Super Rugby before. I think there's a couple of them that hadn't even played an NPC game. And, you know, your squad was stretched so thin last year.
Yeah, you're right. So we had a couple of games last year where we had young guys in that were had been around our team but not really exposed to top level rugby, but they're another year under the belt now, so they've got an NPC experience, another full pre-season, and those boys are hungry to go. They've got awesome energy in the team. And then recruit wise, we've got in the outside backs, Tanielu Talea who's starting, Jacob Ratu Maitaviki comes from the Blues in Taranaki as well, who's starting at fullback, and Jim Tavatavanawa on the wing, who has come from Moana Pacifica and was one of the top ball carrying and post contact meters in the competition last year.
Has Scott Robertson said anything to you or the players about what he wants to see? And what I mean by that, can you genuinely say to all your players, hey, look, we've got a brand new All Black coach. The door is open. You know what you have to do to get there. Do it.
No, not so much. The All Blacks are actually, they've got planned visits, and I think it's round 4 and round 6. So the coaches will be in then, I guess, to do that. But no contact around individual players just yet.
Is there a couple of names that you can throw at us that you think, hey, watch out for these guys this year?
I think I'll definitely keep an eye on Fabian Holland at lock. Billy Harmon's had a pretty good pre-season, and I believe is one of the better loose forwards in the competition around the skill set. So he would be one to watch, and I'm looking forward to seeing Folau play without Aaron starting every game. So he's got an opportunity this week to start and show us how he can set a game up and still bring his skill set to the game.
What's that bloke Jamie Joseph doing? What's his influence?
No, Jake's been awesome. He's been in for, I guess, the last 3 or 4 weeks. A lot around our environment and our leadership, both players and coaching staff. So helping the coaches around content and how we're delivering. So, we're doing that daily. So it's like, I guess, a constant professional development with Jamie, keeping an eye on how we're running things.
I like to think you're just about everyone's second favourite teammate, so all the very best for the whole of the season. And a little chuckle. We look forward to keeping in touch, man. Good luck.
No, I appreciate it. Always enjoy talking to you, mate.
Devlin.
Oh, my goodness me!
The Platform.